The name of this YouTube video is How Satan's Kingdom Works. And the reason why you need to know how Satan's kingdom works is so you don't get caught up in his schemes. Two reasons. When a boxer goes to fight another boxer, he just doesn't go fight that boxer. He watches videos of that other boxer fights so he can know his weaknesses and his strengths and come up with a plan of a counterattack. So after you watch this video, then you need to go watch my video called This is That Fifth Kingdom, according to Daniel chapter 2, verse 44, where it says, that fifth kingdom will subdue all other kingdoms, and God's people will inherit the earth. And God said it a second time in Daniel chapter 7. The same exact thing. So after you know how Satan's kingdom works, then I'm going to teach you God's plan of how we're going to subdue all other kingdoms on this earth without having to go to physical war. All right? So also go watch my YouTube video called There Is No Rapture. Also go watch my YouTube video called We Are Being Persecuted. Also watch my YouTube video called Great Tribulation Surviving Tips. So now in Daniel chapter 2, verse 44, it states there's four kingdoms that ruled the earth. Then it says that fifth kingdom that will rule the earth is God's people. And I'm telling you in that video, this is that fifth kingdom. And I'm telling you the strategy and how we're going to execute the strategy to subdue every other religion. All right. So let me get right into it. How Satan's kingdom works. So now when you sell your soul to Satan, it's a contract. And as soon as you sell your soul to Satan, your soul leaves your body. You have a soul and a spirit. Your soul leaves your body. So in your mind, psychologically, you believe you're going to hell. But that's not true. All right? Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 18, and Ezekiel chapter 18 says, if a righteous man stops living a righteous life and starts living a wicked life, none of his righteousness will be remembered, and he will die and go to hell. But if a wicked man stops living a wicked life and starts living a righteous life, when he dies, he will go to eternal heaven. I'm not encouraging anyone to go sell their soul. I'm only saying that once God's people that was persecuted or seduced or forced to being a Satan worshiper, once they realize that they can still make it to heaven, they're going to all convert back slowly and gradually. And this is how we're going to set up God's kingdom on the earth. Amen. All right. So now, number two, in all the shelters across the world, the Satan worshipers in all the shelters across the world, there are homeless people that are in all the shelters across the world telling other homeless people, you cannot stay in this shelter unless you join Satan's worship group. The reason why Satan's kingdom is winning is actually more God's people on this earth than evil people. The reason why Satan's kingdom was winning is because all Satan's kingdom is together. They're all together. Divided, we fall. United, we stand. In any given event, you got a lot of God's people, but we're all divided. But we're going to start to come together. That's Bible prophecy. So 1/4 will die. As 1/4 starts to die off, the other 2/3 of God's people are going to, 3/4 of God's people are going to come together. You're going to realize we don't have a choice. The Jews are going to say, we don't have no choice but to stick with the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites are going to say, we don't have no choice but to hook up with the Jews. The Muslims are going to say, we don't have no choice but to hook up with the Israelites. The Christians are going to say, we don't have no choice but to hook up with the Muslims and the Jews, the Christians, the Israelites. All right? So now, in all the shelters, all the homeless people are telling people, you have to join the group or you can't stay here. And they'll try to make you OD on drugs. They'll try to give you drugs so you can pass out. You got to watch your water bottle, watch your drinks, because they'll put some poison in your food so you can pass out and then rape you. Once a Satan worshiper rapes you, now you have a demon in your body because the semen is coming through your body. When a person sells their soul to the devil, he gives them a demon, a powerful demon, and he puts it in their body. Not that powerful, not more powerful than the Holy Spirit, but he puts a demon in their body. And when this demon is in their body, they have little powers. All right. Nothing more. All right. But the power that they have is that they have sex with you. Now you have a demon inside you, and it's hard to get out of. All right. So don't have sex with any one of them demon worship seducing women, or don't have sex with any of them seducing Satan worshiping men. All right. So in the show, they're telling people you got to do a gay act or pay money. If you pay the money, they're going to eventually try to get you and try to rape you anyways. All right. This is one of the ways. Moving along. Everyone in Satan's kingdom has different duties. All right. You got a king and a queen in one location area. Let's just say it's Columbus, Ohio. In Columbus, Ohio, let's just say there's 30 kingdoms. Let's say there's 100 kingdoms in Columbus, Ohio. Each little kingdom is one person, and then he has let's just say 1,000 people under him, right? And every person that's under him has different duties. All right. So let me tell you the different duties they have. The first person is what you call scouts. Those are pretty much, if you're playing chess, they're called pawns. All right. Their job is to walk up inside a location and find and seek and search all God's people and report back to their leader. All right. And then the leader does whatever he wants to do. All right. And you remember, they pick on the weak first, then the strong. But don't you think because you're strong, they won't pick on you. If 100 bums jump on you, they can grab you if you ain't got a weapon. All right. Be smart, be vigilant, use the spirit of discernment. All right. Also, you have people on social media, scouts. Their job is to go on social media all day long, looking for God's people on social media, and try to request them and get them to come to their house. So when you get to their house, they can kidnap you and rape you. And then once they kidnap you, they don't let you go until you convert to being a Satan worshiper. Or they poison you and kill you. Make it look like a suicide. All right. Then you got women. Some women, their job all day long is to run around to all the clubs, seducing men and seducing women to join the Satan worship group. And you have men seducing men and men seducing women in all the clubs all day long, running around trying to seduce men. You got some people who own businesses, or they're a lead at the job, or they're a manager. Their job is to fire all God's people and hire only Satan's people. All right. So if you get fired from your job, then you have no money. You become homeless. Then you go to the shelter and they're telling you that you got to do some gay stuff. So you leave that shelter, get on a Greyhound, you go to another city and state, and it's the same thing going on there. So eventually you become broke. This will be starting to become hopeless. And you're like, bump it. I'm going to just join the group. Right? That's what Satan wants you to think. But we're taking a stand. All right? You know the t-shirt that says stand up for cancer, see me one other day? We're taking a stand against Satan worship group. All right? Hold on a second. They're also in the detox centers, not all of them, because there's God's people here too. There's people in the detox center say you can't stay in the detox center unless you join Satan worship group. You go to the suicide watch. Some of them are saying you can't stay here unless you join Satan worship group. All right? In the detox centers, the rehabs as well. The suicide mental places and the hospitals. All right? Moving along. Every day, from as soon as the sun goes down to the sun comes up, you have a group of people in each part of each kingdom riding around looking for God's people that are either homeless, anybody who's walking around, anybody at any business, so they can kidnap them until they convert to being a Satan worship, or rape them so they can put a demon in them. Then once you rape, you're like, oh yeah, you're part of the gang. All right. So from 11 to 7, I would say from as soon as it gets dark, wherever city, state you're in, as soon as it gets dark, you should probably be at home unless you're at work. All right. And don't leave your house until the sun comes up. Not to be scared, but to be prepared and to be aware. If you have a gun, then you should be good. If you're driving a car, you should be good. But just because you're driving a car doesn't mean you can't have 20 cars following you. You need to look in your mirror. You need to be well alert of what's going on. Satan wants as many people as he can, and then all the people that sold their soul, they're working real hard to get as many people as they can because they believe in their mind that they're going to go to hell. But once they start to realize, hey, I don't have to go to hell. I'm not going to go to hell. Tell if you know a Satan worshiper, tell them to watch my YouTube video, 666 Can Still Go to Heaven. Tell them to watch my YouTube video. If you sold your soul, you can still go to heaven. All right? Let me break this down. Most people who sell drugs, as of right now, are on Satan's team. And that's another way they lure you in. They're selling drugs, and you come to their house to cop, and then they kidnap you and keep you there until you worship Satan or rape you. They might not do it themselves, but they're a kingpin. They're going to have the other drug addicts jump on you. Now you're in the alley. Nobody knows you're in the alley, and they jump on you. I had this happen to me many times. I would buy drugs, and every time I went to go buy drugs, I would go in the porta potty, and it didn't matter what porta potty I went to. Every time I went to the porta potty, I had 4 or 5 dudes trying to open the porta potty while I'm in the porta potty. This is one of the major ways they're picking people off. Buying drugs. As soon as you buy drugs, it's a whole team of people behind you trying to get at you because you're high, you're not alert, you're off point. All right. Brad, anybody who's preaching any religion, doesn't matter what religion you are and you're preaching a religion, especially even deacons, even people who walk in the streets preaching religion, especially preachers of any religion, you are the main target for them to attack you physically, spiritually, and mentally. You need to be well aware of it. And as of right now, most religions' head persons is already Satan worshipers. 50% of all religions, head peoples of religions. I would probably say besides the Muslims, the head guys of all religions just about right now is their job is to confuse everybody else and keep you blinded. All right? From the truth and from coming together. All right? So hold up. What else I got on here? So now you have people who are stationed at Greyhounds, airplane places, bus stops. You got people stationed at bus stops, Greyhounds, airplanes, and train stations. And their job is, because Satan's kingdom knows who's on their team, because they can talk to them, they can look at them. They got a demon in them. They can look and see who has a demon, who doesn't. All right? Even if you got on all black, they can tell. They can tell, for the most part, most of the time, they can tell that you're not on Satan's team. And now they want to talk to you. And then now they're going to start texting and calling their buddies to come get you. Now they're going to try to get you off the Greyhound property and tell you, hey, I know where to go get some drugs at. Or hey, I know where to go get some food at. And now you done left the Greyhound station in the middle of the night to get some food. And now you done got kidnapped. Nobody knows where you're at. And you're in a whole new city you never been in. You weren't even supposed to be that city. You just got stopped there. And now what I've been noticing at all the Greyhound stations is this. I was staying at the Greyhound station for 2 weeks because I was homeless right here in Columbus, Ohio. And as I stayed there, I stayed in the Greyhound there because anyhow, I was staying there, sleeping in the Greyhound station. As I'm sleeping there, I would notice every single day, a Greyhound bus would get there and it would be late, 20 minutes late. It's supposed to connect with another bus, but it's 20 minutes late. So the people there, now they're sitting in the Greyhound station for 18 hours because the next bus don't come for another 18 hours. Now they're hungry. Now they got to leave they got to go outside and get some food. Now they got to get some cigarettes. They got to get some beer. They got to get some weed. All right. And now in the process of them, you got people that's in the Greyhound station sleeping in the Greyhound station that ain't supposed to be in there. That's their duty, is to sleep in there and find God's people. You got women sitting in the Greyhound station acting like they're homeless so they can go home with you. Then when they get there, get the texting and calling their friends to come and kicking your door. All right? You got men doing the same thing. You got religious people walking around with kufis on their head and crosses around their neck, or Jewish emblems on in the Jewish garb on, or the Indian garb on, acting like they're people of God, but they're really not. Never have. Some of them probably never was. Some of them actually probably converted to Satanism, and it was or already was Satanism. When you become a Satan worshiper, you have a duty to go act like you're one of these religions, so you can lure people in. All right. So, okay, hold up. Give me 1 second. Not all Satan's people wear black. All right, a lot of them are, but not all of them are wearing black. Some are actually wearing white. They try to act like they're on God's team so they can get you. Don't be fooled. Test, it says in the Bible, to test every spirit, all right? Use the spirit of discernment. If you start talking about God and they don't want to hear about it or talk about God, then they probably are on Satan's team. As you're talking to a person about God in the scriptures, look them in the face. Look them in the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. You look them in the face. If they can't hold their resentment, then they probably are a Satan worshiper. If you look them into their eyes, the eyes are the window to the soul. Most of the time, what you'll see on some Satan worshippers, you'll see this black. It's black over here, black up here, black up here, black around here. It's real black in there on both sides of the eyes. Or their pupils, their eye pupils, there'll be no light left in there. All right? But not all Satan worshippers' eyes are all black. But then some people, it's like this, if you look at them, you can tell they got a demon because it's like a little gloss coming out of their eyes. It's like the energy pouring out the eyes look real spooky. All right? I advise anyone that's the God's people, do not go to no Halloween party. I don't care if your job is going to a Halloween party. Don't go. They know who. You don't want to be the only person at a Halloween party and all of them are Satan worshipers. Now they end up sacrificing you, or you end up getting kidnapped, or you just happen to disappear. Now people are looking for you. All right. If possible. Okay, hold up. Almost done here. Hold on. So you got scouts on social medias. You got scouts at the Greyhound stations. You got scouts at the plane stations looking for God's people.